Oh, hey there, boys and girls. I am just tickled pink Sunday morning. Right now, it's the 2nd of February. And here's a Ford LTD in the Ville Saint Laurent sector of Montreal here that I came all the way up by Metro and Scrap bus there just to come and film. And there's also another old car a couple of stone throws away from me. It's a rare late 70s Pontiac Phoenix that you have or will see a video of. And I'm glad both these cars are here because here, as I always say, this is the Rust Belt, okay? This is not out west in Alberta or Saskatchewan or the States where, you know, you see old cars parked on the streets in the winter time because they don't rust as badly as they do here. And it's funny I should mention that because when my friend, thanks to my friend Danny who spotted this car and took some pictures of it, because I noticed right away that all the rust that's on it is just smoothed out. It's not like the rust here. Here they rust horribly. They look like fucking shit, you know? And that's how I know this car's from out west. I don't have a doubt in my mind it's from out west even. And not only are these cars really rare around here, this is a 71 to 72 LTD, as I might have put in the title. And I've seriously, I think I've only ever fucking seen like 2 of these cars my whole life. And I'm 44 years old, eh? So I mean, I've had my eyes on the fucking streets at car shows for decades. I think this is a 71 because the 72 is just a little bit different. And it's interesting because in these years, Ford, like, I don't know, maybe a couple other car companies, they would make a design for 1 year and then they would keep it 1 more year and then they would redesign. So they started doing that like all the way back in like, I think 61. So 61, 62 are almost the same. Then 63, 64 are similar and so forth and so forth. And then in 73, after these cars were redesigned, that 73 was made until like 78. Oh, that's a real treat to see, man. Look at that. All original paint. It's got your dealer tag on there. What does it say? It says Sedalia. Holy Christ, this car's from Missouri. Well, I was right. Well, I was kind of right. It's from the West, but it's not from Canada. It's from Missouri. Awesome. That's awesome. Now, a big, beautiful, how should I say, entry-level luxury, let's call it. Okay, like if somebody bought a Buick. This was probably powered by a 351 or a 400 cubic inch V8. Maybe a 302, but that's more if it was a Canadian car. Look at those tail lights. They have the tail light in the middle. I wonder if that tail light in the middle works. And as much as the Pontiac Phoenix, a couple of hops, skips, and a jump away from this one is pretty neat. This is much cooler. I mean, I think to me this car exemplifies how Ford, before they started really going downhill from 73 on, they just were fucking terrible cars. They were just rust buckets, and it's too bad because engine-wise they were good cars, but really the quality really fucking nosedived. And this is just so cool. You just drive it as it is. You don't have to worry about parking it anywhere. It's a fucking driver. It's not mint. But this car doesn't have a lot of mileage, and I'll tell you why. Because that vinyl roof is in bloody nice condition, actually. And this is, I think, maybe a Brougham model. It's actually funny to see this car also because I was watching a video of one of these cars recently in the States. And this guy's car was like... the original green, it was mint, and not only that, it had opera windows right here, like on the Lincoln Town cars from the, Jesus Christ, I almost slipped there. I don't need to slip, I already have enough health problems. I shouldn't even have come over here actually because I have a pericarditis heart condition, so yeah, you know, it is what it is. What can I tell you? I want to get a little look at the peek inside here. Danny, thanks again for sharing your little tip on seeing this beauty. And by the way, this is the kind of car I would see you own and buy. And you know, wow, this car doesn't have any mileage. Look at the fucking interior, it's beautiful. Wow, very nice condition interior, man. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if there was only like 65,000 miles on this car. You know, that's awesome. This is, you know, I hate to say it, but this is one of the reasons for my existence, is just I can't drive these cars legally if you don't know me, because I'm visually impaired. I've been visually impaired since I was a kid. My grandfather had the same eyesight. I inherited it from him. And the funny thing is, he didn't really give a damn about cars. He was a casual admirer. And at the time he was a kid or whatever, a teenager, he could have drove No problem, no license. There was barely any cops around. A lot of people drove without licenses, and now today everybody has a camera. There's fucking cops everywhere. You can't do fucking shit, you know? You see what I mean about the rust? It's got some rust holes, but if this car was from the Northeast, it wouldn't have survived. It would have been completely fucked up, completely. Very bad condition. So, flip up door handles. That's just great to see. I'm thrilled. Very, very happy to see that. Especially, like I said, I haven't filmed an old car in weeks. And, you know, it's just, they'll never make them that great again. You know, it's just, it's a symbol of better and innocent times. And this car, by the way, is a product right before the oil crisis, before just, you know, the economy went down and there was no more horsepower in cars, and big blocks eventually faded away, and it was just, to me and other people, these are just epic cars. A lot of people just look at this and say, oh, well, it's terrible on gas, it's bad for the environment. Fuck that. There's hardly any of these cars left. Okay? And as a matter of fact, a lot of these cars even went to fucking Europe. They went to Sweden, they went to Finland, they went to Norway. I'll tell you something, even I know two people that commented on two videos I did of two very rare station wagons from the early 70s. One was a 71 Plymouth Suburban wagon I filmed years ago, a friend of mine had. And the other one was a 70 Dodge Polara wagon. And you know what? Both of these cars went to Europe. I know because the... a couple of people commented and saying that they bought those cars, you know, like, well, one of them, okay, the Plymouth Suburban, was actually a friend of mine who told me that some guy from Norway, whatever, saw the video and he bought it. And, you know, but, what do you want, man? The fucking Europeans, it seems to me, and you guys know you're in Europe, they seem to be more into, inclined in, into owning and preserving American classics, even if they're not technically classics by the term, but vintage, you know, and here there's just not enough people. It's too bad. Here, I'll just finish with the Pontiac Phoenix. It's right over there. Oh, I'm just thrilled. I mean, I like that Phoenix, but oh man, that Ford is just so cool. You know. Anyway, so that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'm just thrilled. Even though, like I said, it took me quite a bit of I don't know, I guess you could say energy to come down here to find this car or car. So it just was totally worth it because it's a 2-for-1. I think I'd do something different and walk up a block. Oh no, fuck that. Oh yeah, why not? Maybe I'll take the 164 and see where that takes me down to the 164 du Domaine route. So there you go, guys. Take care. Bye bye. Adios.